I apologize, people. What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show for the fourth time. Appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with your boy, man, on this Sunday. Weekly recap for those Knicks. A lot of stuff going on this week, man, especially LV's like technical difficulties, man, but it's all right? We're going to get it right. I don't know if it's the heat out there or what. LV's going to get it right. So I apologize to everybody, but I appreciate everybody still coming through, rocking with your boy. Truly, truly appreciate it, right? So listen, let's get straight into it, right? Too many technical difficulties. Let's get straight to it, okay? Now, Mikal Bridges' deal is done. Pretty much great to see. There's a lot of back and forth about the deal not being done, or maybe they might not have to do it because of all the pieces they were going to have to do because you could not get more money back and send more money out. All this money stuff going on, as we all know. But thanks to Shake Milton, who went over in the deal, sign and trade, and pretty much was a big part of the deal going through, as well as Dekite. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Big shout to him, man. Just all those guys pretty much making a deal go through, and of course Bojanovic and 4 first-round picks. And that was just good to see. Good to see pretty much that happening. Because now we pretty much have what we wanted, right? And, I think for me, the most important thing of this is that now you're starting to see how this team can form. And believe it or not, guys, you're going to see this team for a long time, right? You have a lot of young guys here. Nobody's over 30. I think the oldest person I think is Randall. I think Randall's 29. So you have all these guys in their prime, which is beautiful. So now going forward, we're pretty much building a strong building block with young guys. Even the guy we picked up, Tyler Kolek, I was going to be in a summer camp next week. Now we're starting to build our core. I'm also happy that we did not give up Deuce. Did not want that to happen. So I'm glad that happened and we were able to keep him. And if we're able to pretty much solidify that bench, Gravity, what's going on, man? Are we back in the building? Yeah, man. Insane, man. I think it's the heat, Gravity, but LV's back. I apologize to you guys. Appreciate y'all still coming through rocking with me, though. Truly appreciate it. So now, the beauty of this deal is that we're solidifying our team. And I'm speaking of for the future. I'm not speaking of just for this season. I'm speaking of we got our core. See, other teams are still building. And believe it or not, other teams are going to have issues with this cap and all this other stuff. But I think the Knicks are set up beautifully to be able to still keep their players going into the new CBA with the first apron, second apron, and also, too, that new TV contract that's going to be hitting as well in the next season or two. So that's also a beautiful thing for the Knicks. So now they're going to be able to really keep their core. We got the star player at the top of the key, right? We already know who that is. But now we got our wings. We all know, we spoke about it last time on my show, this league is dominated by wings. So now we have that. Then we also have a great bench. Big Task, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming back and rocking with LV Live. Now we got our bench. We have Josh Hart. We have DiVincenzo. We have Deuce. Tyler Kolek, who I think is definitely going to play a lot this year. And then also, too, looking for a big. Touch on that in a second. So now everything is pretty much being solidified. And like I said, we're all young, man. We're all young. Everyone's under a good contract. And now we can really build our team. We can go through those walls together and get to the mountaintop. Remember, Boston didn't just make it there, guys. They had to go through those walls together. And they pretty much were able to get to the mountaintop. But this is year after year after year. Them kicking down the door. But they were able to build on that. I think we can do the same thing with this team. And I think that this is exactly how the league is going to be. The league is going to be basically, you better do your scouting. You better be great at scouting. You better make sure your scouts are on top tier, man, because you're going to have to be able to really find diamond in the roughs, guys that fit your system in order to really help build a legit squad. Now, it's not going to just be getting like two or three, 4 players because you can pay those guys. You're not going to be able to pay them. And so now you got to get back in the weeds, man. And you got to really find out who's got the skill sets to really match what it is that your team likes to do, whatever it is. Some teams like to run and gun like the Warriors. Some teams like to be defensive minded like the Knicks. Some teams like to be balanced like how Denver was, right? So it all depends, right? But I think that the way the Knicks are doing it and what they're solidifying and what they're building is something to come for the future, man. But getting this guy was key. He was huge because now the Knicks are dangerous. I'm talking about just on the wings because you got to understand the height that we have. 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", 6'9". Randall's a legit 6'10". Then you got Mitch at 7'1", right? So now you got an formidable front court, and now you got a back court. But then you have defenders that can shield Brunson. You can hide Brunson on the corner on the weakest offensive play and let those guys lock in defensively, and Brunson can do what he does best. Boston OG deal is done too. Absolutely, that was a big part too. Last week that was completed. So there's a lot of stuff that happened this week. So that was the main thing at the top of the key, right? Mikal Bridges, right? Then of course also too, the other big deal that was huge was getting not big deal. Excuse me. The other deal that happened, of course, that everyone was torn up about was iHart leaving, right? And iHart had his press conference in OKC. And he touched on how, it was a very, very hard decision to leave the Knicks. And I believe so. I believe it was a hard decision. I don't think it was easy for him. But I think what made it easy is I think that OKC just said, okay, you know what? Let's put all our chips in the front, man. If we feel like this is the guy, let's give him the money. And let's give it to him up front, and then we'll deal with this 2 years later. And that's what they did. The Knicks could only offer him 16. OKC doubled that. They doubled that price. Now, once again, guys, I'm happy for him because this is what you work hard for, man. You work hard to get your name up and put yourself in a situation to where you could better yourself as a player and earn, or shall I say, it's the fruits of your labor, right? So he deserved this, man. But, he was saying a whole bunch of stuff in there about, Tibs, and he learned defense from over there, and, he watched them from afar. I think he really wanted to be a Knick, man. I think he wanted to be here, and I think they just blew his socks off with the money. I think that's it. I don't think it's anything else but that. I'll put it to you like this, and I want everybody in the chat to answer. If you think if the Knicks gave him the same amount, what does he do? Does he go to OKC or does he stay with the Knicks? If the Knicks were able to give him the same thing that OKC was able to give him, does he stay with the Knicks or does he go to OKC? LV's take is that he stays here. He does not go to OKC. He's there strictly for the money. That is it. Now, of course, it's great that they're a better team. I mean, not better. I don't even think they're better than us, man. I think before they were, but now I think we're just as good. Big Taz said, I think he stays with us. Yeah, agree, man. So I think all that stuff was just he's got to say the right thing, right? But I think he wanted to be a Knick, man. I don't think he wanted to leave. Because remember, guys, Tim, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Tonight, man, a little technical difficulties, but I hope everybody's enjoying their summer, man. Hope everybody's enjoying their 4th of July, man. Hope everybody didn't get injured with the fireworks and nothing like that. Everybody was leaving them firecrackers along. All right, wait, okay. LV story time, right? We back at it. Here we go. True story now, LV. Back when I was a young pup, right? As you guys know, in New York City, it kind of banned it. Remember, we used to be able to get, back in the 80s and early 90s, we used to be able to get the firecrackers, right? All them dudes used to get them. Right? Remember, everybody used to get them. Used to go to the corner store and get them. Used to get them M80s. Remember that? Them cherry bombs. Remember those things we used to do? LV's telling his age. So what? Everybody focus. So true story. Do you remember the firecrackers used to light and they used to spin on the ground, shoot up in the air, right? True story. So LV and his friends, we used to light them in our hands and throw them out, right? And watch them kind of spin on the ground and shoot up in the air. LV not paying attention, man. I lit one of them things that was a real live firecracker. The thing blew up in my hand, dogs. Thank God it wasn't an M80 because I wouldn't have a hand right now. But no, I had blisters all over my hand, man. Crazy story. Ever since then, I just go see the fireworks, man. That's it. True story with LV. Story time, 4th of July. You know what I mean? So let's get back to it. But But I think iHart stays a Knick, man. I don't think he goes to OKC. They blew his socks off. That's it. And I think that, OKC was smart because they didn't back end his contract. They put it at the front for the $30 million. So that was it. And I think that they said, okay, that's a deal I can't pretty much pass up. So I think that's why he's gone. Period. But I wish him more luck, man. I think he's going to do well out there. We got to see what happens that third year, man, because I remember, if you guys remember correctly, they still got to pay them boys, man. They still got to pay Chet. They still got to pay SGA. They still got to pay Lou Dort. They still got to pay, Jalen Williams. They still got to pay that crew, man. It's coming up. So we got to see exactly what that looks like, right? So that was the thing with iHeart. The other sneaky news, guys. Who saw Johnny Bryant flying off to Cleveland, man? Who saw that happening? To the land. I didn't see that. Now, it's funny because he's still under contract with the Knicks. But he's basically leaving the Knicks for the same position over there. Why would he do that? And they already got a coach over there. They got Kenny Atkinson. So what is he doing? We're better than them bums. He knows that. We're building something special. Why'd he leave? You know why he left. Along came a spider. You guys know that movie, right? And that's basically what happened here. Along came a spider. Spider Mitchell made the phone call, and he pretty much let them dudes know, listen, man, look, that's the guy I want. Spider's calling the shots out there. And who knows? I don't know what the contract is or the money. I'm pretty sure he's probably getting more money over there than what he's getting over here with the Knicks. And so he was able to break that deal and break that contract or however that works. Because the Knicks, he was still under contract with us. So the reports are that he had to sign off on that. The Knicks had to sign off on that. You know what I'm saying? So this is strictly Spider, man. This is strictly Spider and him pretty much telling the Cleveland Cavaliers, that's who I want on the bench. That's who I want. You know what I'm saying? So it stinks that he's going because I think he's a big reason as to why the Knicks are where they are. I think it's Tibs, but I think it's really that guy. That guy was able to really, really get through to a lot of those kids. He was able to get through to Randall. He was able to get through to RJ, the IQ, all them cats. Tibs has a hard time dealing with young guys. He was the piece to be able to talk to those young guys and get them pretty much over the hump. Tim says, I didn't see that coming. That's all good, right? Probably knew if Tibbs leaves, they wasn't going to give him the job. Oh, okay. That could be, I guess, a good point, Tim. Maybe he's sort of writing on the wall. But maybe he knows, with Spider being over there, if Kenny Atkinson doesn't do well, Spider get him fired, he's going to say, yo, I want my man hired. That's it. I think that possibly could be happening. So good call by you, Tim. Coach said he basically signed for the same amount. Yeah, man. I don't know. But I'm going to call that along came a spider. That's what I'm going to call that. Because that's what that sounds like. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't see that coming. So that, that's what we see. Also, too, you see Mitch out there, right? I don't know if he's dribbling between his legs. What is he doing out there, right? You guys see Sims out there? Who's been watching? Sims has been quiet, man. Growing out his fro. Working out with Mike Bibby, man. Working on his jump shot. You saw Sims? Big Sims hitting jump shots. Working, man. Coach says Sims is trash. The coach, listen, man. Let me say this. I'm not saying Sims is going to be dropping 27 next year or 12 or 11. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that, as the old saying goes, right, what's done in the dark comes to light. What's done in the dark comes to light. And he's back there working, man, in the dark. Nobody's paying attention. That gym he was in looked like an old school gym, too. It looked like one of the middle school gyms. He out there sweating. Hey, man, listen. I love it. I love it, man. Get the work in, man. Everybody's out there playing around, joking, enjoying their summer, eating Slurpees, drinking Slurpees, eating hot dogs and cheeseburgers. My son is out there putting up jump shots. He's working, man. And that's stuff that I like to see. He's trying to get his game better. Now, does that translate? Right? We didn't know if it was going to translate with Deuce. Let's be honest. Everybody here, do we all think it was going to work out with Deuce? No, we didn't. We didn't think it was going to work out with Deuce. But it did. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of pay attention to those things, man. You know, these guys hear the whispers. They hear the iHeart's going. They hear there's a possibility that he might get more minutes. Who knows? I'm not mad at it. I like the fact that he's trying to better his game and earn more minutes, just like Deuce did. Get it out the mud. Coach says, yo, Coach, I thought those clips were old, man, of Mitch, man. I was like, yo, is that real? I didn't know. I couldn't tell, man. Coach says he's trade bait. Yo, man, Coach, he working, man. Coach, he look like Cat out there, man. He look like Cat. I guarantee you probably give Cat the business. He probably banging on his neck. Pause. He don't want to see Sims. Yo, I love to see young bulls working, man. To me, he's trying to get his game better, man. That's what you want to see, right? Now, guys, also too, right? With the deals being done this week, which is fabulous and great, right? Mitch, Mikal Bridges, and of course the iHeart, right? So now, of course, that brings us below the first apron. So now we're able to kind of sign the big that we want, and we have the bird rights to Precious Achiuwa, so we can afford to give him a little bit more, right? So do we go out, pay for a guy like Kessler? Do we go out and get a trade for Nick Richards? Do we do that, or do we just bring back Precious Achiuwa? What say you, people? I think I bring back Precious, man. I make it easy. Keep everything the same. Don't give no more picks. Don't trade no more players. Keep everything the same. Now, mid-season, during the season, when the trade deadline comes up, now we can talk about something. But to me, to make it easier, he knows the system. He knows Tibs. He knows these guys. Why not just bring back Precious, man? Keep it easy. Keep it simple. Pretty much bringing back everybody. Just adding on Bridges. And, of course, Kolick. So I think that should be the move, man. I think that should be the move. What say everybody in here, man? Should we go after Kessler? Should we go after Nick Richards? Should we do that? Big Task says, but question, but can Precious handle the center position? If you want me to do percentages, Big Task, I would say he's about 60-40. But see, the danger with everything with that, right, is that everything leans on Mitch, right? It really leans on his health. Because out of 82 games, if Mitch can give us 60 to 70 games, I think we're solid, right? I think the Knicks are able to pretty much say, all right, cool. You know, we can deal with Precious coming in there for maybe 15 games, play center, or maybe 10 games, because Mitch is maybe resting his ankle or something like that or whatever, and give us solid minutes. Because who are the bigs that we're really concerned about? Embiid, Joker, now iHart. But everybody else is stretch fives, right? Chet, stretch five. Gobert. We worry about Gobert. Those are really three bigs. Porzingis is out for majority of the season. Nickin, I appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live, man. It's your first time coming through rocking with me and my crew. Please subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew on this Sunday evening, man. First time seeing you, man. So I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew, sir. So that's the thing, right? So we got it. So that. But then we got to kind of, the best way to know the future, right, is the past, right? The past tells you everything, right? So what Mitch has shown us is that he can't stay healthy. So if I had to do anything, if I had to really make a deal, if I had to go out, because, Danny Ainge is going to want everything for Kessler, man. He's going to try to go to the bank, try to break everything. I would just do a deal and try to get the kid out of Charlotte, man. I would try to get him. Even though Kessler's younger. Kessler's maybe 22. But I would get the kid. He's a little bit more agile, a little bit more athletic. Than Kessler, man. So that's the thing. But Big Task, I do see your point, man. Because you got to think, right? It's with Mitch's history, man. You got, it just stinks. That's why the iHeart thing was such a big deal, because he's been pretty reliable, man. Right? The best asset in his league is being availability. That's the most important thing in this league, and that's what iHeart is. So Mitch has proven that, and the Knicks were trying to move him, man, but it was obvious nobody wanted to take him. Because if that's the case, the Knicks were trying to shop him to keep that money to give to iHeart. But they couldn't do it. Nobody was biting. They even tried it with the Wizards. The Wizards didn't bite. They went out and gave the money to Valanciunas. So that tells you that nobody wants to touch this guy because they know what's going on. Thomas Bates, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. What's the kid's name from Charlotte? Nick Richards, right? Is that his name? Nick Richards? Forget his name, man. Sorry, I apologize, man. Thomas Banks said people are saying Paul Reed. No way, man. We ain't touching Paul Reed. Take Precious over Paul Reed. Jay Supreme, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live on this Sunday evening, man. Hope everybody's going well. I appreciate everybody in here, man. 13 people up in here. Appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me today, man. Hope everybody's enjoying their summertime. It was hot this weekend, B. It was on fire. I hope y'all got in the water or something. Because it was blazing. I was still blazing out right now, man. Got the central air pumping. I got it on. So I'm drinking a little something to keep me warm, man. It's cold in here, man. But it's baking outside, right? You're trying to keep a cool balance. Tim says, sign Precious and see what the center we drafted Ariel can do, right? He got a nice offensive game, and he plays defense. I think he would play well in Tibs' system. Here's the question, Tim. That's a good point. But what do we do with Sims? Is this kid, should you put him and Sims together? Let's see how they rock and practice, Tim. Sims put him through the ringer, see if he's ready. If he's cooking Sims, then, Sims got to drop down, man. But if Sims is giving him that business, so Sims working on that jump shot, man. But I do like that, though. My thing is I don't want to give up too much anymore, man. I think we have everything. I think we're under the first apron. So let's keep it that way. We still got to pay these guys. Remember, we still want to pay Brunson. Got a lot of guys we're still going to want to pay. People are talking about Randall. We're not trading Randall. Can everyone stop with that Randall talk? I'm hearing it out there. People are talking about trading Randall, man. You don't trade Randall. Do you understand how he was playing before he got hurt? That's why he made the All-Star team. People forget that. He made an All-Star team, man. You're treating Randall like he's a scrub. He's no scrub. Last I remember, when they was playing against Boston, he was giving Brown the business, man. Jaylen Brown struggles with Randall. I'm not saying Randall be scorching him, but Randall be giving him that business, boy. So my thing is, you keep him. You see what we can look like with him. And if he plays well enough, we got to. Now, we're going to have to negotiate. We're going to let him know. Listen, Randall, we trying to pay everybody, man. You got to, is he going to take a discount? I don't know. But you don't trade Randall. You got to keep him, man. So that's the key with him. We got to really focus on our core and really build on that, but don't trade anybody. That's why I'm kind of unsure about the Kessler deals and I don't want to, and the Nick Richards guy. I just don't want to. I think we're good right now where we're at, and let's build on this. You know what I mean? If everyone's talking about this kid Ariel, let's see how he is. Let's see how he does in the summer league. I know he is on a summer league team with Kolick. Hey, I heard the French kid is nice, man. I've seen a couple of highlights. He's young, though, man. What's his name? Pacome Dadier, right? Dadier? I saw his highlights, man. I mean, he looks pretty good, but he's young. He's young and he's raw. So we got to see how he's going to do in practice. If he's in practice cooking dudes, but he's going to be hard to play for Tibs, man, because what I'm hearing is that his defense is shaky. And if you can't defend, you're not getting on the court. That's how Tibs rocks, period. And that's why we understand there's just certain pieces that we know. And to me, honestly, I think that's why the Spider deal never got done. Because Tibs said, he doesn't play defense. He doesn't. Spider doesn't take charges. He doesn't do nothing. We know Brunson is shaky defensively, but he takes charges. He gets in there. He tries. Spider don't play no D. So I think him and Tibs would have been bumping heads. I told you before, Tibs don't do well with them fly guys, man. With them fly dudes, like even the Cam Reddish, like them dudes that come down trying to be fly and like a Melo type. You know how Melo was? He would come through, he want that fly stuff. He didn't want to play defense. He wouldn't shuffle his feet. He'd be like, whatever, man. Let him make the layup. He would not get along with a guy like Tibs, man. You got to understand your personnel. You got to understand who's running the show, who's the captain of the ship. And there's them dudes, you bring a couple of them cats in there, they would not do well. Like Kevin Durant would not do well with the Knicks. He just wouldn't. Tibs would run him off, man. And Tibs has gotten better. Based on what the players are saying and everyone out there, Tibs has gotten better. But he's still at the core of him, man. He wants certain things. If you want to get on the court with Tibs, you got to defend and you got to hit that glass, man. Got to rebound. You do that, you're going to get on the court. That's it. Because listen, these guys offensively are so nice. It's going to take care of itself. You understand what I'm saying? So he even said it. He knew Deuce was going to start knocking down shots because he was doing it in practice. So once that translates, once he gets it in his head, the bright lights don't scare him too much. He's able to knock it down. Now Deuce looks legit out there. But Tibbs knew that was going to come. But what you can't coach is effort and defense and tenacity and all that other stuff. That stuff you can't coach. And that's what Tibbs looks for. So that's why Bridges and OG Anunoby are perfect to what Tibbs wants to do, because he don't got to tell those guys to defend, to rebound, get steals in the passing lane. He don't got to tell them that, man. They just do it. And so to me, that's that's a key piece. So that's why to me, I don't, and I think Precious did that at a high clip, man. It's just to my boy Big Task's point. Do you trust it? Can you roll Precious out there for 20 to 30 games if Mitch goes down? Because this is typical. Mitch go down, he hurt his wrist, he hurt his pinky, he hurt his big toe. You know what I mean? Just being honest with you, this guy's like, he's soft and fluffy like grits, man. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the big worry. Now, if Mitch can give us 65 games and is available for the playoffs, oh, we golden. Big Taz says, thank goodness the Spider deal didn't go through. Yeah, man, that wasn't going to happen, man. That wasn't going to happen. Just not a good fit. Tim says, we sign Precious and see how we do the first half of the season with the squad we got. If it's not good, we make a trade at the trading deadline. You know what, Tim? I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I like that. I mean, that's kind of how I'm looking at it, too. You know what I mean? And if a deal needs to be made, and then also, too, Tim, I'm glad you mentioned that. The other dynamic of it is, too, this. Based on how other teams are doing, they may give you a big for free. You like, yo, my man, I ain't got no space for them. They're like, yo, here, take them. We'll take your second round pick 10 years from now. You know what I'm saying? So we might even get these guys on a cheap by the trade deadline. If the whole Precious backing up thing with Mitch is not working. That's how I look at it. Big Tat said he's broken nail. Yeah, man. That's how. Yeah, I don't know, man. And I see Mitch sometimes on Twitter, man, joking around and playing. Man, he better stop playing, man. He better get focused, man. This ain't a joke. You know what I mean? Because yeah, he could block shots. Yeah, he could rebound. But this city ain't the place, man. Because trust and believe, guys. There's a lot of people out there who wanted iHart here instead of him. A lot of people. They wanted iHart here. They did not want Mitch here. They would have sent Mitch to the moon to keep iHart. That's just a fact. So I hope he's locked in. Hope he stays off of Twitter, stays off of Instagram or what. I hope he's off of that and he's out there working and he's getting in shape. Because I'm telling you right now, as soon as he comes out there with that nonsense or he starts limping, you're going to hear the boo birds. The same way they came for Randall, they will come for him. That's the way this city is, man. We don't play games with that at all. So I hope he's coming in locked, loaded, and ready, man. Making sure he's taking care of his body, taking care of his health. Big Tat said, Precious didn't play well in turning the playoffs. Yeah, man. Precious struggled a bit. He did. Playoffs is different, man. Playoffs is different. You guys know that. So I do see your point, man. I do see your point, Big Task. Big Task said like Shaquille Stevenson. Yeah, man. He's a local kid, man. He's from the bricks, man. I mean, I like Shakur, man, but he hasn't fought nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he's doing that pity pat and all that other stuff, and he ain't fight nobody, man. I'm a big Spence guy. I'm a big Spence fan, man. And I love the fact that he fought Crawford. I mean, there's rumors out there that his ribs were broken prior to the fight. Spence never spoke of it. He never complained about it. He took the L on the chin, and that's it. But he got up in and he fought the dude. You know what I mean? Spence was fighting dudes right after a car accident. You know what I'm saying? So but Shakur ain't fighting nobody, man. He doing like yapping, man. Everybody fighting everybody. Even what's the name got in the ring with Ryan? You know, Ryan Garcia's out there taking steroids, but Devin Haney still fought him. He got in the ring with Lomachenko. Now they talking about Tank against Lomachenko. All these guys are fighting each other. Shakur over there talking, man, doing pity pat jabs, man. He been getting the lines then, man, because no one's respecting him right now. Yeah, man. LV got on his. I'm like, I got to know my boxing too, man. Sorry, man. Coach says, when do we play Summer League, Coach? Next Saturday, sir. I had it up on my other screen. I had it all nice, man. This thing be acting up, man. I'll be back rocking and rolling next week. I promise. But we play next Saturday. We have the roster and everything like that. I have the roster. I believe we have who is it? We got Tyler. I'm telling you guys the roster really, really quick, man. Of course, Tyler Kolick, right? Alex O'Connell, Sam Coloselli, Dwayne Washington, Daquan Jeffries, Rokas is coming over here in the Summer League. See what he is. Pacome, the French kid. Pacome Dadier. I was messing up his name, man. I apologize. He's playing Kevin McCullough Jr., Justin Lewis, Jacob Toppin, and Ariel, the big man. Everything starts next Saturday, Coach. July 13th, 5 p.m. ES2. The Knicks will be rocking and rolling against them boys. Big Taz said, no, don't do no post fight streams. Nah. Fights be late, man. Fights be late. Coach said, Mitch said he's going to see less. Man, Coach, man, I ain't, man. I hear him talking, Coach. You know what I mean? Like, come on, we all from the city, man. We know what time it is. We don't do that talking, man. Just show up. Show up and let's see. Because what I know is the kid is over there getting $30 million a year. No one wanted to see him walk. They wanted to see you walk, and they wanted him to stay here. A lot of people are saying that out there, man. So that's why I said stay over Twitter. Make it happen, man. Make it happen. You know what I mean? He out there letting him grab him by the ankles and stuff like that. Yo, my man. B, look, if Embiid grab me by the ankles, B, it's going to be a problem, man. It ain't that I'm a tough guy, nothing like that, but you got to have some fire. I'll put it to you like this, everybody. If Embiid grabbed Randall by the ankles, is Randall going to let that rock? Now, Randall throwing him, he could probably start throwing punches. It might be a fight. You guys know that. Cat probably let it rock, right, Coach? You know Cat. We ever seen Cat and what he does. He let his man get fiended out and he walking away, letting his man get choked out. You're like, yo, Cat, what you doing? If Embiid try to snatch Randall's legs while Randall's trying to make a layup or a dunk, is Randall going to let that rock? Come on, man. Randall's not going to let that rock. Nigga said Mitch can't fight. Yeah, Mitch soft, man. But what I'm saying is this. Always playing around, I'm joking. Having a good fun time on a Sunday, right? Summertime, right? Let's rock. The issue is that because of the injuries, he's looking soft. So a lot of people don't, you know what I mean? He's always hurt. The best thing you can be in this league is be available and play through pain and be there when your team needs you. For the last 2 out of the last 3 seasons, man, he's not available. You know what I'm saying? So he just looks, you know, it's a bad look for him. So I don't want to hear him yapping, man. I want him out there balling and getting busy. Coach said Cat punched him, beat in the face. When did that happen? Yeah, Coach, listen, man, you can't be as the young boys say out here, you can't be capping out here, Coach. Cat ain't hook off on nobody, man. Coach said, look it up. Coach, he hook off on him or he mushed him? See, back when I grew up, he was mushing people all the time. Did he mush him or did he blow up his fist? There's a difference, Coach. Dude's becoming that cat crazy. You heard Jimmy Butler in the bubble. He was saying the cat. Remember that? You guys hear that? They had him mic'd up. He told Cat straight to his face right after he left Minnesota. He said, yo, my man. You said the Cat. He said, yo, you soft this baby shit. He said, you soft this baby shit. He said it to Cat, man. So what I'm saying is that there are a lot of people that know some things behind the scene about Cat. And this man get fiended out like that. Jimmy Butler said it. Coach said, look it up. But it's got to be a lot of things that's got to be done, man. Mitch has got to really step it up this year. I'm telling you. You know, I want to see him do well. You know, I really do. I love Mitch. He's a homegrown Knick, right? But it's difficult when the guy that was in your position played better than you. And that's the only thing people remember. They just do. And remember, guys, Randall went through it too. When he was playing terrible, he spoke about it with Melo. The other part of the story he's not telling is that RJ was killing. RJ was getting busy that year. And it was LV Line and a whole bunch of other people that said, give RJ the keys. Get Randall out of here, man. We want him gone. So Randall knows, right? That this city's not very forgiving, man. We're just not. And especially how good the Knicks are going to be. Like, everyone knows. A Giants fan, we're going to talk Giants. I haven't even touched on Giants yet. I got to touch on, I definitely want to touch on the Hard Knocks. You guys got to check that out if you're Giants fans. I haven't done a video on that yet because everybody's so excited about the Knicks, man. Everybody. The Knicks are the talk of the town, especially with the Yankees going through their losing streak. They won last night, but still, the Knicks are still the talk of the town. People cannot wait till October. So, with that being said, you got to be ready to go next year, man, because everyone's going to be excited. The city's going to be buzzing. And we're going to probably be, it's going to be opening night, guys. We're going to be there opening night. So you figure also, too, right? It's going to be 4 games on. You know, you always do 4 games, two games. First game is going to be Boston. Boston's going to open up, do the ring ceremony. So it's either not TNT. I think it's on NBC this year. ESPN or NBC is either going to do the Knicks against Boston in the Boston Garden, or the TD Garden, shall I say. Or they're going to do Boston and Philly. I kind of see them doing Boston and Philly. And then I can see them doing the Knicks against Indiana in the Garden. That's what I can see opening night this year. So the Knicks are going to be prime time again this year. Especially Mikal Bridges, the Nova Knicks, and all that stuff coming back. Randall coming back. What's the storyline? Is Jalen Brunson going to pretty much cement himself into MVP caliber season again? Maybe a lot of people felt he should have been first team all the NBA this year. Is he going to do that? There's a lot of storylines here. But the Knicks are front and center. They got them as contenders, top 3 teams in the East, and top 5 teams in the NBA. That's what they got the Knicks this year. So Mitch has got to lock in. I don't want to see him on Twitter talking, driving his truck or doing whatever he's doing. He better be in that gym, man, because the pressure's on. Fantastic. I see that. Yeah, he saw that. Yeah. The Hard Knocks is official, man. Hard Knocks is official, man. The Giants. I'm gonna do a video on that pretty soon, man. Tim says Mitch has got a point to prove, man, to the league, right? I think he's going to impress us with his play and might show up as an offensive game. Yo, you know what, Tim? I hope so, man. But I'm glad you mentioned that he's got a lot to prove, man. He does. He does. And listen, we haven't forgotten, like, what he was before his injury. But he's going to have to bring that plus more. He is. I'm just being honest. Because the expectations are high for this team. So when expectations are that high, you gotta live up to that. You gotta up to that. You gotta overdo it. And overdoing it is winning a champion. I don't think people think the Knicks are gonna win a championship next year, but I think the Knicks are contenders. They're right in it. I can see the Knicks making it to the Eastern Conference Finals, going to Game 7, either against Philly or Boston. I can see it. And then maybe even squeak into the finals after a long, tough Eastern Conference, playoffs. I can see that with the Knicks. But then I can also see them losing the 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals. I do not see them losing in the second round next year. The only place they lose is if they got to go through a war with Boston or Philly or something like that. But I do not see them losing. I see them going against the Eastern Conference Finals next year. I think they kick down the door. Last 2 years, they've been knocking on the second round. I think they kick down the door. They make it to the Eastern Conference Finals next year. I think so. And so to me, that's the importance of Mitch. That's the importance of Mitch. But like I said before, and I said at the beginning of last season, the key is going to be Randall, period. We already know what Brunson could do. Mikal Bridges, all those guys are going to fit. The key is going to be Randall. Randall's going to see so much. He's not going to get any double teams next year, man. Maybe 1 or 2. It's going to be Randall's year next year. Randall is the key. If Randall played how he played in the end of December all through January, you heard it here first from LV Live. You ready? The Knicks to go into the finals. The Knicks to go into the finals. So, to me, he is the key. Period. All right, blessing, guys. Look, I'll be back next week to talk about definitely the Summer League, see how certain guys look. I definitely want to see how Pacome Dadier looks. Tyler Kolek, I want to see how he looks. And also Ariel, man. I want to see how he looks, that big man, to see if he's legit. So we can definitely wrap on it next week. All right, blessing, guys. Everybody enjoy their week. Appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with LV Live. And I apologize once again for the technical difficulties this today and craziness. So I apologize for that. But I appreciate everybody still coming back through and rocking with me, man. It's truly, truly appreciated. Hope you're enjoying your summer. Everybody be safe. I appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button, people. Right. Also, too, if you're watching this on replay, right, please leave comments. I do respond to comments. And also, too, please subscribe. All right. I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.